This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Prime.
Hello and welcome. You're watching The Property Show, your trusted guide with the most credible advice on buying and selling property. Our advice is backed by solid research done by our knowledge partner, License Forest. And to answer your questions, I have Navi Khan, Head Research and Consultancy South, License Forest, in studio with us. Welcome to the show, Naman. But before we start taking your calls, let's take a look at what we have for you today. As thousands of desperate home buyers pin their hope on the real estate regulator, we take a status check on how close is the regulator from being a reality. Today, we will review affordable projects from the new Gurgaon region. Also, housing projects that fit your pocket in Mohali near Chandigarh. Then we move to the west of India and find options under 1 crore in Navi Mumbai. Projects that are worth your money in Pune. We bring you a special chat with the president of Credai Chennai on industry's roadmap for Chennai's property market. And also a special expert segment for all the first-time buyers seeking a home loan. Just 11 days to go for the much-awaited Real Estate Regulation and Development Act 2016, or as the home buyers fondly call it, RERA, to come into effect. But for the law aimed at protecting home buyers' interest to be effective, states have to frame and notify the rules. Only a handful of them, like Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, have done it so far. But there is barely any movement towards setting up the regulatory authority. Our senior colleague, Oinitam, spoke with a few aggrieved home buyers. She also caught up with the Gurgaon District Commissioner to find out when will Haryana notify the rules.
With the deadline closing in, we are really not sure if the states, all of them, will be able to comply with the deadline and the commitments they have to meet under the law. In such a situation, what is going on in the minds of the stranded home buyers? Let us find out.
A lot of hope which was kindled by the government when on the 10th of March last year, the RERA bill was passed in the parliament, and we were just awaiting the implementation of the same in the state governments. And in Haryana, which is the biggest market, I would say, for the real estate. So here, with the state government being of the same party, BJP, we were expecting a much faster rollout of the same. But unfortunately, that has not happened so far. And we had, to be frank with you, we had started losing hope. But now with the government coming very heavily on the implementation of it, and they have already put a deadline of 1st of May. So again, the hope has been kindled. And what the expectation now is that they would actually implement the RERA in its true spirit.
We have booked in 2009-10. Now it is 7 years. And we won't hope next 4 years they will not give position. Still we have hope that state government should implement RERA as early as possible, because whatever Unitech is promising, or even though in CM meeting, 2 CM meetings, CM has promises 2-3 things, but now they are not implementing these things.
We are a few home buyers who have filed a case against the builder in NCDRC, and the case is at quite a mature level. Now what has happened that a lot of people who have now got the possession of the flat, because the few flats are ready. Now in a situation, the possession letter has been given to the buyer. The buyers have also paid the money. Now what has happened that builder is now trying to play around. He's trying to use this as a weapon to kind of blackmailing with the buyers, that if you want a possession, then you need to take out the case back. I mean, it's like you're playing with the legal right of a citizen, and trying to kind of blackmail the situation.
Definitely there is a sense of alarm and panic that the entire fight has been nothing on. Why are the states taking so long? Are they diluting it? If they dilute the act the way it was passed, then it becomes a toothless piece of legislation. But there is still 2 weeks. If there is genuine commitment to the people and there's genuine concern, it is not an undoable task.
Sir, abhi 30 April is the deadline for rules of RERA to be notified. What is the status here?
As on today, हमारे पास जो सूचना है उसके अनुसार हरेरा के रूल्स नोटिफाई नहीं हुए हैं। यहाँ जो डेवलपर से परेशान पब्लिक है, इनोसेंट पब्लिक जिन्होंने अपना इन्वेस्टमेंट किया हुआ है, वो हमसे आके बार बार पूछते हैं कि इस बारे में कानून हमारी मदद कर पाएगा, तो हम उनको आश्वासन दे ही देते हैं और बहुत ही जल्दी ये नोटिफाई होने वाले हैं।
सर, इसका मतलब ये है कि जो डेडलाइन है लॉ के अंदर वो हरियाणा स्टेट कंप्लाई कर जाएंगे और रेगुलेटर भी अपॉइंट हो जाएगा?
आई होप सो।
So states are still unsure, but home buyers are desperately hoping that states will comply with the deadline. Once the act comes into force, every developer with a project of 500 square meters or more will have to register with the regulator. He cannot advertise or launch his product without registering with the regulator. He also has to keep 70% of the customer's money aside in an escrow account. All ongoing projects where completion certificate is yet to come will have to comply with the provisions of the law. Okay, let's move on now. It's time to take your calls on air. And we have Satyendra Gupta with us right now. Satyendra, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Satyendra here. So my query is actually I have selected one project in Greater Noida, Greater Noida West. And my query is project name is Galaxy Vega. So can you please tell me about that, how it is, and can I go ahead with this project or not?
Absolutely. Nemun, you've already heard that he likes Greater Noida and he's already selected Galaxy Vega. So what do you think about that market, especially Tech Zone 4? That's exactly where the project is.
Yes, exactly. The project is located, I think, on the Greater Noida Link Road, and it's on the third roundabout. So I would say, in terms of location, when you see the livability factor of this location is still not reached its peak. Like, it's still a developing location, and especially this particular project, I would categorize it as a mid-segment project. You see, the average price of this location is around 3,600 rupees per square foot. But currently, because of the inventory overhang in the market, there is available supply of around 69,000 units in this market. So if you look at that relation, I think there is a lot of discount and scope of negotiation that is available in this market. So if you go with this project Galaxy Vega, I think it's a decent developer. He has standard amenities and specifications, but the price that he's quoting might be slightly high. I think he's quoting around 3,600 rupees per square foot. But I think you may be able to strike a deal in 3,200 to 3,300 rupees in that range. If you can get something in that range, then that would be a decent price to go for this particular project, especially because its location is slightly off from the Gaur city circle as well. If you look at the annualized returns also in this area, it's showing almost negative in the past 3 years. It's also because of the huge inventory overhang that this area has, which means that if you invest here, then you should definitely look into this project as a long-term horizon. I think if you're looking at cutting down your budget, then there are 2 more options which you can look into in the similar area by the name of Fusion Homes. This is also in Tech 4 zone itself, and then there is also Arihant Arden, which is in Sector 1, and in fact both these projects have better locations, they are only 2 kilometers from the Gaur circle, and I think these will also be good options, and they're priced also slightly lower than your preferred choice.
Okay, so let's take a closer look at what Nemun is suggesting. First one is Fusion Homes. And the price that you're getting there is ranging from 3,500 to 3,700. And the unit size for a 2 BHK plus unit is 1,130 square feet. The other option that Nemun has suggested is Arihant Arden. And if you look at the price is about 3,275 rupees per square foot, and the unit size for a 3 BHK is 1,375 square feet. So these are the two options that she's suggesting apart from your own chosen project. Now let's go ahead and take our next caller on air. We have Manish Srivastav with us right now. Manish, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, good evening. So I am looking for a ready-to-move property in sector 81 and 82, Gurgaon. My budget is around 1 CR. And one property which I have shortlisted was Bestek Ananda, where I really liked everything, all about the property construction and everything. But need your advice, which one is the better choice over there?
Absolutely. So, Nemun, what do you think? He's done his research. He's interested in Parkview Ananda. What do you think?
Well, I think if he's looking at New Gurgaon, then Parkview Ananda by Bestek, I think that's the best project currently in New Gurgaon. And look at the offerings, like it's close to NH8, it's almost in a ready to move in stage. And if you look at the developer also, he has maintained a good market image, and even the community is very large. So in terms of amenities and specifications that they're giving, in fact, I think the apartment is offering split AC units, modular kitchen. So everything collectively put under that price point of around 5,400 rupees all-inclusive price, I think it's a very good deal. The average price of this location is quite high. It's 6,200 rupees per square foot. So the kind of deal that Parkview Ananda is offering is very decent at the kind of product that they are giving in return. But if you look at the inventory overhang in this market, it's again quite high. I mean, it's in tandem with the entire NCR market. So if you look at investing in this region, I think the annual appreciation out here has been almost negative in the past few years. So which means that this is again a long-term horizon investment. It is not something that you can cash in the next 4-5 years. So I think when you invest here, consider that. But we'll definitely give you go ahead for this particular project. And if you want to cut down on your budget and you want to look at some options which are price slightly lower, I think we've picked two more projects in the same location of sector 84. There's a project called Gurgaon 1 by Alpha Corp, which is also a good option for you. And then there is also Gurgaon 21 by Vatika. This is in sector 83, and both these will also be available in the resale market, very similar to Bestek Ananda as well. But I think we'll give rank 1 to Bestek Ananda itself.
Okay, so Nemun has got two more options for you, and what's interesting is that both the projects are below the weighted average price and much cheaper. So let's take a look at their price and size. First one is Gurgaon 1, and the price that you are getting here is ranging from 4,500 to 4,900 rupees per square foot. And in case you opt for a 2 BHK, you get 1,181 square feet. Now, the other option she's suggesting is Gurgaon 21. This is this particular project is retailing at 4,500 rupees per square foot, and the unit size for a 2 BHK plus unit is 1,245. So these are the two options apart from your own choice, Bestek, which Nemun anyways thinks is one of the best options. Let's go ahead and take our next question, and this has been sent to us as an email. Yashwant Singh Negi says that his budget is 50 lakhs and he's looking for something, either plots or flats in this range in and around Chandigarh. So, Nemun, would he be able to get something in Chandigarh in that range, or would you like to suggest some other market?
Certainly. I think in that ticket size that he's looking at, he should explore the Mohali market, as Chandigarh and Panchkula may be slightly expensive for him in the apartment range in that particular area. And then if you look at the market dynamics also, there's hardly any fresh supply due to scarcity of land in Chandigarh and Panchkula both. Whereas if you look at Mohali, the average price out here is around 3,300 rupees per square foot, and the inventory overhang is also it's in line with the supply. I would say it's only 26 months, which directly translates, if you look at the analyzed returns in this area, which is 5.3%, which means the price appreciation has been on an upward move. And looking at the current inventory also, there is not a lot of oversupply in this particular market. So I think it will see an upward move in the period of 5 years or so. So I think we'll give you a go ahead for Kharur Banur Road in Mohali in your price point. And I would say that if you go for a plot, then the appreciation might be less because there's an oversupply of the plot market. So you should stick to the apartment market itself. And I think we've suggested 3 projects, which are 2 of them are in a resale category by the name of The Rise. In fact, the construction of The Rise is done by L&T, so it's also a good option to consider. Then there is also Gillico Heights. This is again in resale, and the best part about this particular project is that within this township you have a school which is operational by Gillico International School. So if you have children and family, then this will be a better option for you to consider. And then there is also another project by the name of Sandwoods Opulentia. This project, however, is not a very large project. It's a standalone building, and this is under construction. This is also a good option if you can wait for the project to get completed by the end of this year.
Okay, so let's take a closer look at these 3 projects. First one is The Rise from IREO, and the price that you're getting here is ranging from 3,500 to 3,600 rupees per square foot. And the unit size for a 2 BHK apartment is 1,233 square feet. Now, the other option that Nemun is suggesting is Gilco Heights. And the price over here is ranging from 3,300 rupees to 3,500 rupees per square foot, and this is an all-inclusive price. And the unit size for a 3 BHK apartment is 1,450 square feet. The third option that she's given is Sandwoods Opulentia. Now, this project is retailing at a price of 3,300 rupees per square foot, and in case you opt for a 2 BHK, the size you get is 1,325 square feet. These are the 3 options she's suggesting in Mohali area. So we quickly want to remind you before we move on that if you're looking to buy any property or need any advice on buying or selling a home, then do write to us at property@ndtv.com. But please don't forget to leave your name and your contact number so that our team can get in touch with you. Now let's go ahead, and we have our caller on air. We have Ashwini Kala with us. Go ahead, Ashwini, ask your question.
Hi, I need your help in buying 2 BHK flat in Virar, Thane or any other location near Mumbai. My budget is 40 to 45 lakhs. Area can be 900 to 1,000 square feet.
Okay, absolutely. We'll help you. Nemun, I think when he sent his email request to us, he had also mentioned that it should either be ready for possession or within 1 year he should get it. So keeping all these factors in mind, what would you suggest?
I think, Ashwini, it will be difficult for you to buy a house in Thane because the average price of Thane itself is around 9,500 rupees per square foot. And in the kind of budget that you're looking at, I think you should go with a price point of around 4,500 to 5,000 rupees per square foot so that you can buy a decent size 2 BHK. Coming back to the kind of location which will fit your budget, I think Virar would be a better option for you. The average price out here is 4,478 rupees per square foot, and I would say it's a more end-user driven market because it's mainly a residential town. It's developing as a residential town and the north of the western suburbs of Mumbai, and it has seamless connectivity from the local train. So I think you should definitely look at Virar ADR West in this budget. The annualized returns has been around 0.4% in the past 3 years. But again, it's an end user driven market, so you cannot expect a superlative return in this particular location over the period of time. But this is a very livable location to go ahead with. And I think we've chosen 3 projects for you in the similar price point. Bhumi Acropolis Phase 1 and Phase 4. These will be available in the same ticket size that you want. And this is towards the Yazoo Park, towards north of the station. And there's also Vinay Unique Empiria, which is very close by to Bhumi Acropolis itself. It's so even this is a good option. Or else you can also consider Viva City Phase 1. This is further towards JB Nagar, and like you wanted, all these projects are either ready to move in, or they are nearing completion, or they might get completed in a year or so. So I think these might be a good option for you.
So Naimun's fulfilled all your conditions, but she has shifted your micro markets to Virar. So take a look at what she's suggesting. First is Bhumi Acropolis Phase 1 to Phase 4, and the price they're offering is 4,600 rupees per square foot. The unit size for a 2 BHK is 855 square feet. The second option that she's suggesting is Vinay Unique, and the price there is 3,550 rupees per square foot, and the unit size for a 2 BHK ranges from 825 to 960 square feet. So this is again a ready to move in property. The third option that she's getting for you is Viva City Phase 1, and the price that you're getting is 4,250 rupees per square foot, and the unit size for a 2 BHK ranges from 900 to 960 square feet. So these are the 3 options that she's got for you. So let's take a short break now. When we come back, Harsh Rungta will demystify all your home loan related problems.